live on YouTube. We are live on Rumble. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Weekly Recap AKA W.W.R. This show is a dive into the odd, obscure, bizarre, and other words for strange world of notable events, weather, and sports. I am Mayo Xander, and I will be joined by the Golden Loon here pretty soon. You, of course, viewer, are you. Today is Saturn's Day, aka Saturday, April 5th, 2025. So let's jump into today's news, shall we? Starting us off in Oddity Central, street sweeper landed modeling career thanks to random TikTok video. After being spotted by a Russian photographer in Bangkok, a young street sweeper became... Okay, what the heck is going on over there? Became an overnight sensation in her native country, and landed various modeling gigs with established brands. The movie-worthy rags to riches story of Nobajit Min Sombunstadt began last month when the 28-year-old single mother of two was noticed in the streets of Bangkok by Russian photographer Simon Rezhikov. Min was out doing her job as a street sweeper and didn't even notice when Rezhikov, mesmerized by her natural beauty, took a photo of her from a distance. He later approached her to show her the photo and commended her on her beauty. He filmed the whole encounter with his phone and later posted it on his TikTok, where it quickly went viral. People were blown away by the beauty of the young street sweeper and wanted to know more about her. Before long, she was being approached by media outlets and modeling agencies. You know,
that's awesome.
Well, is it really just because of her looks, not because that she was doing a good job or anything? Like she could have,
awesome
been doing a horrible job, and then now she's getting handed all this stuff. That's not cool, you know.
Well, anytime you're doing menial labor, street sweeper, and for whatever reason, beauty, intelligence, whatever it is, you get an opportunity. Go for it. I am just stoked for her. I don't care what it is. I don't care what the reason is.
Oh. I do.
Well, then don't like society. Don't.
I don't.
Her.
I don't like society. You know, like we got to stop like idolizing people with looks. You know, so.
Where's the picture of her?
Oh, I already closed it.
Okay, don't need to see it.
Anyway, moving on up. Town introduces wavy traffic lines to slow down motorists. Authorities. Yeah. Well, this is. Yeah. You see the picture there, but yeah. Authorities in Montgomery Township, Pennsylvania, have introduced wavy lane patterns to some streets in an effort to slow down traffic in the area. Driving along Gray Lane in Montgomery Township for the first time must be quite the trip, both literally and figuratively. That's because the regular lane patterns have been replaced by wavy zigzag lines that look like they were painted by a drunk. Well, I mean, like, if you drive according to the lines, you'll look like a drunk.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people are going to get pulled over. Seriously.
You're weaving, sir. I want to give you a sobriety test.
You know, like, honestly, with how corrupt police are these days, I wouldn't put it past them to utilize this to park a car there and just start stopping everybody. And, I don't know, like, this just seems like a disaster waiting to happen. But they are a wavy design, according to Montgomery Township officials. The unusual patterns were deemed as the best solution to discourage speeding on some of the municipality's streets. Police sources told local media outlets that the traffic calming measures were installed in response to numerous complaints about certain streets being used as speedways.
Well, it looks like a residential area, and it's a straight street with a lot of... It's able to take a lot of traffic cut through that neighborhood. So what they don't tell you is, has it worked? Has it slowed people down?
Well,
that's what I want to know.
Dude, honestly, like, what's stopping kids from just speeding, but then trying to keep it in? Like, look at me, I can do the cone test. Woo! You know?
That's what I want to know, if it works.
I really don't think it's going to work. I think this is going to be used, as I said, as a way for police to justify pulling anybody over for swerving. So, and if you really want to slow down things, put in a speed bump.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to, because this is actually dangerous. This is legitimately dangerous. Especially like
a speed bump if you don't slow down.
Yeah, the speed bump actually
real quick.
The speed bump actually damages your car in a localized area. If you're swerving and you're speeding, you can like run into a tree, run into that fence over there, hit a pedestrian.
You can do all of that on speed bumps.
What if you're old? You know, this is going to be very confusing. This is a very bad idea.
Wait, are you talking about me?
Yes.
I'll challenge you to a swerve test.
Well, that you'll win. What else do we got here? Man keeps getting evicted from rented apartments because of pet buffalo calf. Well, gee, I wonder why.
Huh.
Yeah. A Chinese man is...
Not something you don't bring up to the landlord before you move in?
Well, I wonder if he's trying to, say that this is some emotional support animal or some BS like that, which we will be talking about something like that later on here. But first off, we have a Chinese man who's already been evicted from rented apartments twice this year because of his unusual pet, a gentle black buffalo calf. Well, gentle now when it grows up.
It's a calf. What's it going to be in a year?
Yeah.
6 months. It's already big. Can you imagine when that's going to double that in 6 months?
Yeah. I mean, if he's on the second floor, that thing might fall through the ground,
Yeah.
Mr. Chen, a 30-year-old retired boxer who currently works as a part-time fitness and boxing coach from Foshan, China's Guangdong province, has become an overnight celebrity because of his unusual house pet. Back in January, Shen bought himself a buffalo calf as a pet. He had planned on getting a dog, but the more he thought about it, the more the buffalo calf made sense. He claims the animal is a constant reminder that he should work hard to reach his life goals, but at the same time, he should take caution not to become a workhorse. To each their own, we say, but Chen's unusual choice for a pet has landed him in hot water with at least 2 landlords, but he refuses to give up on Bull Demon King and is currently looking for another place to rent. This guy's stupid on so many levels.
You're not kidding. And, okay, he's an apartment dweller. Fine. There's no problem with that. When this thing's full grown, guess what? You're really cruel to the buffalo or whatever it is.
Well, if he's not already to it. I mean, it's to the...
Well, as a calf, it doesn't need much room
it still
roam.
Needs outside fresh air.
And he can maintain that for a while, taking him outside, whatever. But not very long. Not well thought out.
No, this is really dumb.
It is dumb. He's dumb.
Yeah, he is. TikToker gets almost 3 years in prison for telling picture of Jesus that he needed a haircut. This
what?
Don't
tell me it's not in this country.
Well, let's see here. Indonesian social media influencer Ratu Thalisa was recently sentenced to 2 years and 10 months behind bars for telling a picture of Jesus that he needed a haircut. A court in Medan, Sumatra, found Thalisa guilty of spreading hate speech against Christianity, as well as disrupting public order and religious harmony in Thai society, after she responded to a comment that told her to cut her hair to look more like a man by holding up a picture of Jesus Christ and saying, "You should not look like a woman, you should cut your hair so that you look like his father." Just a few days after making the remark in a TikTok video, 5 Christian groups filed complaints against her, accusing her of blasphemy. In addition to jail time, the court ordered Thalisa to pay a fine around $6,200. Okay, this is not cool on so many levels.
Shame on the religious groups.
Yeah. You wanna not like her because of what she has to say. Fine, okay, but she's responding to something, like people are telling her to cut her hair to look like a man or something, or whatever.
Yeah, I don't get that, but
so they're throwing shade at her, and then she fires back, and then they come back after her with legal. This is bull crap. No, I'm on her side 100%. So, I
don't get the explanation about her cutting her hair to look like a man or what. That's confusing.
I don't know. I don't know. This is just hate being slung towards people. So they need to knock this off. I hope she wins the court case. What else do we got here?
Sounds like she's been sentenced. Didn't it say in the beginning?
Yeah. Well then
she's found guilty.
Well then I hope she gets an appeal. I don't know. That is not justice.
No, it's not even close.
So. A criminal group uses elaborate fake treasure map scam to defraud dozens of victims. Turkish police recently arrested a network of scammers who preyed upon people's desire to get rich quickly by selling them fake treasure maps and charging them extra to help them sell the priceless loot. If you're stupid enough to buy a treasure map thinking that they're selling you something that will actually lead you to treasure, who would do that?
Yeah, no.
So, they deserve to have their money taken.
Actually. Don't be that stupid.
That's stupid. As part of a complex operation conducted in 9 Turkish provinces, dozens of con artists collaborated to defraud unwitting victims of more than 50 million Turkish lira, or $1.3 million, using fake treasure maps. The suspects reportedly traveled around rural areas of the country, showing hand-drawn treasure maps on artificially aged paper to villagers looking to get rich overnight. The maps were very detailed and featured nearby locations that the victims were familiar with, unlike the scammers who claimed to be from far away. As they had problems navigating the area to reach the treasure, they offered to sell their maps for a fee, but this was only half of their admitted witty scam. Selling fake treasure maps was a scammer's way of hooking their victims, knowing that they would go digging in the locations marked in the elaborate but fake treasure maps. The con artist would then contact their marks again to ask them how the treasure hunt was going. These excited victims would boast about uncovering gold statues and coins, and the scammers offered to put them in contact with a priest who could verify the authenticity of the artifacts. Okay. The so-called priest was just another scammer who, upon seeing the loot during a video call, would determine its value to be priceless, but there was a catch. Selling the treasure in Turkey was risky because it had cultural value and could be confiscated by the state, but the priest claimed to have contacts aboard willing to pay top dollar for ancient relics, especially gold ones. As you can expect, the priest demanded a commission to facilitate the transaction. Wow. So now, I can't blame the victims that much anymore because they're getting hit twice.
Yeah.
So this is malicious. It's one thing to prey upon stupid people. It's another thing to put plants there and hit them again. Okay, this is beyond.
Here's the rule of thumb for everybody.
Just don't.
Anytime
it's too good to be true.
Somebody wants you to pay them money to either get rich quick or I'll pay you 10 times the amount if you get me off the hook. Whatever you have to. Anytime someone wants money, don't.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Just don't.
First time, second time, third time. They'll keep hitting you as long as they can hit you.
And that goes beyond scams. Like when I wanted to work at Vaughn's up the street, to even get an interview, they forced me to get into a union. I had to pay $300 some odd to get in the union just to get an interview. I was not being guaranteed a job. I was not being offered anything. I was just, for us to even see you, you have to be at the union.
I thought you got the job then. But
well,
to get
I
the
did.
Job, you had to
but to get an interview, you had to join the union. So
I thought it was to get the job.
Well, to get an interview to get the chance to get the job. I did get the job, but a lot of other people did not, and they were still in the union, and then they got delinquented. That's so that's how they're scamming even the professional sector now. So if anything requires you to pay money up front, even actual jobs, look for another place of work. It's just not worth it. So moving on up, what else do we got here? Monster hiding under Kansas child's bed turns out to be real. We spoke about this last time.
Yep.
So I'm not going to read this, but if you want more, just go check out a weird.
Different story? Is that
it's the same one.
Oh, okay.
What's
it doing on here?
Well, this is a different source.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, last time it was near the end, and that was from a different source.
Yeah. Okay.
Now it's finally made from UPI to Odyssey Central.
Okay.
So, moving on up, restaurant sells seasoned bamboo skewers as flavorful zero-calorie snacks. A Chinese barbecue restaurant has gone viral for selling bamboo skewers seasoned with a mix of spices, chili, and spring onions to people looking to enjoy the flavor of barbecue without the calories. Last month, Chinese media reported the hottest late-night snack in southern China, an unusual dish, quote-unquote, called spicy bamboo skewers. Thought up by a barbecue restaurant owner in Shaoyang, Hunan province, the unusual treat consists of bamboo skewers seasoned with a mix of spices, chili, and spring onions before being tossed on the barbecue to add a bit of the smokiness to the mix. The wooden skewers are then sold in batches of 50 for just 10 yuan, or $1.4, or $1.40, making them both affordable and delicious. Just in case you're wondering, you don't eat the bamboo skewers.
Right.
Instead, you suck the flavor off of them as a guilt-free snack.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's pretty cool.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
It sounds a lot like, though, that other thing we reported on a long time ago, rocks. Because there's a lot of impoverished areas in China and such, in order to trick their body into thinking it's actually ingesting food, they cooked rocks, like river rocks, in in broth or whatever, and then you suck the flavor off the rock, and then that makes your body thinks that you're ingesting it, and it gives you a placebo effect of having something. Well, not really being full, but but you have enough to go by. It's purely psychological.
Yeah.
But
I like the bamboo thing bigger, where they actually season it.
yeah,
And,
Well, I mean, the
and
rocks are
wood.
seasoned. So.
Yeah, well, rocks won't absorb so well. But,
Well, it depends if they're porous, you know.
well, that's true. But
So.
bamboo will.
Yeah. Shop. Oh, you're gonna laugh at this. You're gonna howl. Shop named "My Wife is a Sow" raised eyebrows in France.
Oh,
I was expecting you to lose it.
Yeah.
My wife is a sow.
Yeah, I know.
Gee.
Wow. I don't think he got any that night.
A small delicatessen shop in Cannes, France, has been making international news headlines because of its controversial name, "Ma famille est une cochon," or "My wife is a sow." Ever since it opened in mid-January, "Ma famille est une cochon," a delicatessen shop in Cannes, has been getting yada yada yada. Founded by a couple of bon vivants who love good food, the shop sells all kind of treats, from cold cuts to spirits. All while we're sure their products are excellent, many people are drawn by the name. "My wife is a sow" sounds more like an insult, but the two male co-founders swear they have nothing against their spouses. In fact, both of theirs find the name funny. They wanted a name that attracted attention and definitely hit the mark with their choice, but it managed to attract some unwanted attention as well. Of course, all the feminists are going to be going after these people.
Well, if the wives are okay with it, good to go.
Well, the feminists
And
don't
did the job.
see. Feminists don't care if other females are okay. They just want to be offended.
You're right.
They,
You're right.
they
But I don't
just
care
want to
about
be offended
feminists, so
for
there
the
you go.
sake of being offended. But yeah, it says here last month, or less than a month after its inauguration, "My Wife is a Sow" was slapped with a warning from local authorities. The owners were ordered to take down the sign featuring the controversial name and 2 sketches of a humanoid sow carrying a hatchet, or face a fine of €243, $262 per day, until they complied.
That's terrible.
Yep.
That's terrible.
See,
that's,
you know, all
you're
these
just squashing
all
freedom
these
from-
feminazis and alphabet mafia
Oh, that's
and
awful.
people
Now
like
it
all
turns
of
bad.
these activists think that they're doing good stuff. No, you're just making the world worse objectively in every conceivable way.
The whole article
know?
just turned worse.
Yes. No, like these activists really need to shut the hell up. Like it's not your place to try to lead the world. So moving on up, a woman lives in workplace toilet to save money on rent. Pretty sure that's illegal.
That's not good.
A young Chinese woman went viral on social media after showing off her unusual home, a 6-square-foot toilet at her workplace, for which she pays just 50 yuan or $7. Well, so
Wow,
she pays
someone
rent.
in the company let her do that.
Wow. Well, I mean, why won't they let a male worker do this?
Well, they don't say they don't, but I don't like. Here's our we'll let you live in there, but it's going to cost you how many want.
Everyone tries to save money on rent, but how many of us would be willing to sleep in an actual toilet to do it? One young woman from Hunan, China, recently shocked the world after posting photos of her unconventional living quarters, a small, unused toilet located inside the furniture factory where she works. So it's not like a...
It's unused. Okay.
Okay, but I guess she uses it. So
Well, yeah, and she's got water there, and
yeah.
she can get some way to be comfortable to sleep.
Yeah. The 19-year-old woman explained that she comes from a poor family and couldn't afford to pay upwards of 800 yuan or $110 for a proper home. So she asked her boss if she can live there instead. Her post went viral, but most people commented that she was only sharing photos and videos to attract attention because no one could live in such conditions. However, the woman's boss took on social media to confirm that she was indeed sleeping in a 6-square-foot toilet at his factory. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know.
6 square foot is somewhat large. It's not like a stall,
No. It is a stall. It's literally a toilet stall.
6 square foot seems big, though. 6 feet by 6 is the width of it is what seems big. 6 feet, no, is a standard stall.
Yeah.
But 6 feet wide, wow.
I don't know. I mean, the toilet has got to be... I think I see it there. I'm not sure. But, I mean, it's...
And it could be just a hole in the ground, like a lot of...
Well, no, it is. You can see the toilet right here.
Yeah.
Right here. That's the toilet.
Yeah.
So, it is a hole in the ground, most Asian places.
So if it's not used, you cover it over and then sleep and then roll it back and use it?
Well, she has a full-on bed, right here.
Yeah.
And a clothes rack.
Hopefully, she has some way to wash and whatnot.
Well, yeah. There's a sink.
There's
right
a
here.
sink. Okay.
Yeah, and a bucket. So, What else do we got here? Police catch India's famous poop and run thief. What? Police in New Delhi have finally been able to capture an elusive thief who is always poop his pants when in danger to keep people away as he made his escape. Oh, wow. He was like an animal, like escape thing. Do you know how good actors can cry on command? Well, apparently some people have the same level of control of their bowels, allowing them to defecate at any moment. Deepak, a 27-year-old phone thief from Delhi, India, was one such person, and he used his unusual gift to avoid law enforcement whenever they got close to catching him. According to Delhi police spokesperson, Deepak evaded arrest multiple times by pooping his pants to create a stench so foul the police were repulsed, giving the thief enough time to run off with his stuff. The dirty trick was so effective, police even named it Poop and Run. Deepak's poop-fueled reign of terror finally came to an end when policemen equipped with masks and gloves apprehended him. Wow.
So not only
So
can
he
he
literally
poop at any time,
crapped-
he can stinky poop.
Well,
So you poop on the floor wherever you are, and you go, oh my God, that stinks.
Oh no, he didn't poop on the floor. He crapped his pants to give himself an aura of stink to repel being arrested. This guy should get executed, honestly. Like, anybody that disgusting does not have a place in society. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. He needs to be gone.
Let's see if he can do that and escape from jail.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here's something for you here. 92-year-old man completes his 30th consecutive Rome marathon.
Whoa.
So 3 years older than you, still doing marathons.
Wow,
What's your
wow,
excuse?
Wow. Uh-huh.
Running has been part of Antonio Rao's life for 80 years, and the 92-year-old Italian man has no plans of stopping anytime soon. This year, he completed his 30th consecutive Rome marathon in under 7 hours. If you need some extra motivation to get off the couch and just go for a run, know that 92-year-old man recently completed a 42-kilometer Rome marathon for his 30th consecutive time, improving on last year's time by 10 minutes. So wow, not only is he doing it, but he's going faster with age. Like
42 kilometers in 7 hours.
Yeah.
That means he's going
7, 14, 21.
Over 5 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
Almost 6. About 6, 6 kilometers an hour.
Well, that's not bad. Rao is not your average pensioner. He lives for running and still trains 20 to 30 kilometers each week. Born in 1933, he ran away from his home in Calabria to Rome when he was just 10 and hasn't stopped running since.
Oh, there you go.
He claims he started running daily as a teenager to keep up with a friend, but it became a huge part of his life, and he hasn't missed a single Rome marathon in the last 3 decades. Hey, keep on going, man. And
yeah.
Bravo to you.
Absolutely.
So,
hoorah.
Antonio Rao. I love all the people dressed as the Roman soldiers in the background.
Yeah.
Pretty cool with their shields.
Yeah.
What else do we got? Oh, I need to do something here. Oh, where it fell down. Okay. From UPI, 309, hold on, make that 310. People don banana hats to break world record at Missouri Museum. I wish I was there.
Yeah,
you know?
No kidding.
And I want one of those, like, I have this one, but, like, that's a whole banana, like, balaclava or something.
That's a different type of hat.
So,
It's still a banana.
well, no, like, there's some of them with that. I thought there was a picture of them. Hold on. A Missouri museum gathered 309 people in banana hats to break an appealing Guinness World Record.
Boo.
And they put in a pun in there for me. Hey, I love it. The City Museum in St. Louis took on the title for the most people wearing banana hats at 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday. Man, should have brought me in there. I could have made it an even 5:10. I have my own hat. I have my own equipment. Come on, man. An official Guinness World Records agitator was on site and confirmed the museum took the record with 309 participants. Make it 310! Make it 310! Come on! Oh. But yeah. So that's that for that. Pennsylvania police officer rescues and adopts a highway horse. And that's pretty cool right there.
Highway horse.
Sergeant Ted Lewis of the Westtown East Goshen Regional Police Department was called out Tuesday on unusual animal complaints. Lewis said he located the miniature horse and quickly formed a bond with the animal. The horse, named April, had escaped from the Horse Angels Rescue Farm just 1 day after being surrendered. Rescue worker Penny Parker said April had managed to slip through a gate. So it was an escaped animal, and he went and got it, he formed a bond, and then he adopted the thing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know? More from UPI, aka UPI. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you know how stupid the whole emotional support animal thing is. Like people utilize that to get away with things like someone once brought an emu onto an airplane. It's my emotional support animal.
Okay.
Like they're under because now then the TSA and the airlines are under threat for emotional manipulation if they take that animal away. Meanwhile, that animal can cause all sorts of havoc, and they can. It's a loophole for bad actors to cause havoc. Well, here we go. Nevada man says 7 seized tigers were emotional support animals. 7. No, we gotta stop with this crap. With this new age mentality is just cancerous to the society. Authorities in Nevada has seized 7 tigers pardon me, from a Pahrump property, and the owner of the big cats claims they were his emotional support animals. The Nye County Sheriff's Office worked together with Nye County Code Enforcement and Animal Service to execute a search warrant Wednesday morning at the Pahrump home of Carl Mitchell, owner of Big Cats Entertainment. McGill said Mitchell was initially cooperative but ended up being arrested for resisting after physically struggling with the deputy. So this guy's just bad news.
Yeah. I don't want anything in my neighborhood as a pet that can eat me. Yes, that's rule number 1.
Well, technically, there have been accounts of people's dogs, and cats and whatever. They die and they start getting so.
Yeah.
By your rule, which I 100% agree with, nobody should have pets.
Wow.
Animals need to be out. They need to be. They're animals. They need to be out. They're not your property unless.
Well, I'm not a fan of pets, so
yeah.
I'm not going to argue with you.
But yeah, no, this emotional support bullshit needs to stop right now. Because what's stopping this guy from utilizing his emotional support animal to attack somebody he doesn't like?
Yeah.
Now you have a dead person. Yeah. But we can't go after his precious widow feelings.
Well, apparently they weren't buying it, and they arrested him too.
Yeah, no, this guy needs to go.
Yeah.
What else do we got? Man does 10,001 pull-ups in 24 hours to reclaim world record.
Wow.
I wonder if this is David Rush. No, it's not. An American man reclaimed the Guinness World Record for the most pull-ups in 24 hours after previously holding the record for less than 1 day. Truett Haynes previously attempted the record about 2 years later and successfully beat it with 8,100 pull-ups in the allotted time period, but his number was beaten less than a day later by Australian man Gary Lloyd, who did 8,600 additional pull-ups in 24 hours. Additional. That's weird.
Read that again, that last part, that one sentence.
Yeah,
Someone
who did
else did
8,600 additional pull-ups in 24 hours. But then that would make it 16,000.
That's not right.
So no, I guess they meant 500 additional pull-ups.
Yeah.
So Haynes has now recaptured the title with 10,001 pull-ups in 24 hours. All right.
Okay, so let's figure it out. So you got to do, 400 pull-ups an hour?
I guess.
Do 400, take a break, however long it takes you to do it, then try to recover, but still that's a ton.
Yeah. Huh. DC man's $1 million lottery win was predicted by a dream. $1 million lottery win. So, the winner, identified as Tommy M., told DC lottery officials he had been going through a rough patch before buying his ticket for the March 26 Powerball drawing. His luck turned around when the ticket he bought from the Tenley Market on Wisconsin turned out to be a $1 million winner. I had a dream just the other day. It told me I was going to be a millionaire, and here it is. It's real, end quote, he said. Wow. All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, there is another lottery story we're going to cover here. I'm not sure if it's this next one. It's not, but oh my God, it's a doozy. Now, we have a little bit of an update of these fugitive otters. Remember, last week we were talking about this, and a raccoon let them out of the cage or something?
Oh, yeah.
So, one of them has been caught, finally. So one of the 2 otters that escaped from a Wisconsin zoo during a snowstorm has been captured, while the other otter remains missing. The new zoo and adventure park in Green Bay, which previously said otters Ophelia and Louie escaped during a March 20th snowstorm, announced Tuesday that Ophelia was safely returned to the facility by Suamico Trap LLC. So they got one. So there's still.
I hope the other one survives.
What's the other one called? They just had it here. Louis. So Louis is still at large. So,
Louis.
Let's see here. Women have been exchanging the same birthday card for 81 years. Wow, that's impressive. A Kentucky woman received mail from her lifelong friend on her birthday and opened it to find a familiar card. The same birthday card the women have been sending to one another for 81 years. That is awesome.
Yeah.
And that's a really great way to stick it to the big card industry, you know, like.
Yeah.
Pat DeReamer, who turned 95 on Tuesday, said the tradition began on her 14th birthday in Indianapolis with her friend Mary Wheaton gave her a birthday card. DeReamer added her own signature to the card and returned it to Wheaton for her birthday in May. The exchange began a tradition in what is now its 81st year. This is awesome.
Wow,
this is awesome.
Wow.
So, what else? Oh, yeah. Now, this is why I gotta stress. Don't go crazy and just throw shit out into the Goodwill pile, okay? I did that once and I'll never do that again. $2.5 million lottery ticket left in pocket of jacket donated to charity. Oh no. Oh no. A Pennsylvania woman is desperately searching for a jacket she donated to charity after realizing she left a $2.5 million lottery ticket in the pocket. It's gone. Yeah, just accept it. It's gone.
Yeah.
Maybe don't be so hasty with your spring cleaning. You know?
Wow.
Mildred, of course, someone named Mildred. Simon Nerlicchio, at the age of 76, said she purchased a ticket for a Pennsylvania Cash 5 drawing at the Shop and Save store in Murraysville in May of 2024, and 2 weeks later she was surprised to learn she had matched all 5 numbers, 14, 22, 33, 35, 38. She attempted to locate the jacket, but soon came to a startling realization. She had left it in the pocket of a jacket she donated to the Vietnam Veterans of America. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you get for wanting to, you know, be so nitpicky. Oh, this has to be clean. No, do it smart.
It wasn't clean. She threw it.
She's just in a tizzy, just in a whirlwind, like just throw it out. Oh, get it out of here. Get it out of here. You know? What else do we got here? April Fool's 2025, a Silent Crunch Bar, ranch flavored lollipop, I think is what they meant to say. I don't know what an olipop is, but
Could be what they call it in another country.
Well, a Silent Crunch Bar. Chocolate maker Nestle announced its new Silent Crunch Bar, which uses cooked rice for 75% less noise than a standard crispy rice and chocolate treat. These are April Fool's jokes.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. These are April Fool's highlights of 2025.
Okay.
A Dr. Pepper flavored Tic Tacs, Tabanero hot sauce sunscreen. Oh, that does not sound good. Yahoo's grassy keyboard. So like a keyboard with grass on the thing. So, what else do we have? Welch's $19 strawberry fruit snack. Oh, wow.
How about, how about barbers that aren't cutting hair any longer? They're cutting it shorter.
Yeah. Cadbury cream egg on the goo. What?
Ew.
Confectionery Cadbury announced its most popular project, the goo, from inside its famous cream eggs.
The goo
will now be available in packets for flavoring snacks, including French fries, while on the goo. So they're gonna just sell the goo.
Put in there.
Body Armor electrolyte infused shampoo. What the hell? Ranch flavored Olipop soda. Okay, so there is an Olipop.
Okay. It's got to be a different term for a lollipop.
I don't know. Prebiotic soft drink maker Olipop. Okay, so it's a company named. Announced it is teaming with Hidden Valley for a Ranch Lovers 4-pack featuring 4 different varieties of dressing flavored drinks. You know, believe it or not, there actually is a ranch dressing flavored soft drink out there that actually exists. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff out there. Like what else do we got? Mr. T's pierogi inspired skincare line. What the hell? Omaha Steaks meet cute romantic novels. Huh.
Cute.
Alright. And last but not least, Chopstick ninja skills earn Idaho man a Guinness World Record. Is this going to be David Rush? The world's top Guinness World Record breaker puts his ninja skills to the test by using chopsticks to hit a target across a distance of 13 feet. Idaho man David Record Breaker Rush. You can't touch the rush. holds the most concurrent Guinness World Records. This record requires a prospective record breaker to stand 13 feet away and hit the inner gold and red circles of the archery target. Rush originally set the record at 19 hits, but his title was later taken by another Chopstick marksman who managed 21. Rush essentially retook the record with 29 hits. Man, this guy.
Wow.
I never thought in my wildest of dreams I would ever be a fan of a Guinness record breaker, but I am on the sidelines. Rush, 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 rush. You know, like maybe I'm losing my mind.
No.
Well, yeah. But that shall conclude the show. As usual, check the underbar in the description, below for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. All of our links are down there. All the articles that we just looked. So yeah, like where's my script vanished to? That is not my script. Here it is. So. For your dose of different, odd, and unusual news, aka notable events, weather, and sports, we stream every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 4 Mountain, 5 Central, and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I am Mayo Xander.
And the Golden Loon, who is going to check out a show tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah, pimp your show.
Oh,
this is your
man.
creation. Talk about
I'm
it.
okay, you're okay.
Yeah.
Tune in. I'll probably
look
make
at the camera.
I'll probably make a fool of myself because I haven't done
that's
it before.
usual, but-
Yeah, so it'll be all normal.
But what's the main topic? We're probably going to be talking about other things. But
Well, we're going to pick up probably a couple things if we have the time. One is NBA is a better with a 3-point line, and why are fans leaving in droves? And the other is beware of women's basketball if you want transgenders in your league.
Whoa.
Look out.
Yeah, that is a very concerning thing right there.
Yeah.
And we got to be very careful with that because
Well, it's
You know.
just be careful because as your salaries increase.
well, I'm
it's
not
gonna-
just talking about that. I'm talking about just talking about it. We
Okay.
got to be careful about it.
Okay, yeah.
Because we're two white guys,
Or
so
maybe we'll avoid it entirely.
no, we'll talk about something, but I don't know. Anyway, until next time, see ya.
Toodles.
Yep.